Ashley, thank you very much. In your vote right now, two top Republican state officials want the federal government to verify the immigration status of nearly 600,000 Indiana voters. But the request from the Attorney General and the Secretary of State has other officials crying foul. News 8's government reporter Garrett Bergquist is here now to explain. Garrett?
The request mirrors similar moves by Republicans in other states, and if prior cases are any indication, it could result in lots of legal trouble.
Attorney General Todd Rokita and Secretary of State Diego Morales announced their move Thursday morning. Last Friday, they sent a letter to U.S. Citizen and Immigration Services. They included a list of more than 585,000 registered voters. The list included voters who registered without providing a driver's license number, overseas voters, and voters who did not provide either a driver's license number or a social security number.
Back in the day when I registered, you weren't required to submit a driver's license. You weren't required to submit the last four of your social security number. So I could very well be on this list. I think the major concern that I have as a voter is that they have apparently transmitted some pretty sensitive personal information about hundreds of thousands of Hoosiers.
Both Rokita and Morales turned down requests for an interview. When I asked what evidence Rokita had of non-citizens voting, a spokesperson would only say that's what the request is for. They also told me they do not have demographic data available about who is on the list.
It has the potential to do great harm, and particularly in a state that consistently ranks at the bottom in terms of voter turnout.
The National Voter Registration Act prohibits any systematic removal of voters from the rolls within 90 days of an election. That's led to lawsuits by the Department of Justice against similar efforts in Virginia and Alabama. Rokita and Morales sent their letter 26 days before the election.
We're well within that period, and any kind of mass voter deletions are not allowed between now and the election, which is why it's so clear that there's no point to what the Attorney General and the Secretary of State are doing. And they know that this seems to just be a political stunt.
Rokita and Morales acknowledge the short timeline in their letter and say verifying the rolls now is of acute importance. When News 8 asked why they waited, Rokita's office said it was because voter registration did not end until October 7th.
And just minutes after I first reported this story at 5 o'clock, Secretary of State Diego Morales' office sent me this statement. It says the Secretary of State is responding to concerns from county clerks regarding the increase of absentee ballots from overseas voters. The issue became more apparent recently with the commencement of absentee by mail voting and early in-person absentee voting. The inquiry with USCIS is not a voter list maintenance activity and will not result in an effort to remove registrations from the voter registration list. The registration status of the 585,774 registrations will not be impacted. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.